I'm not typically a fan of the idea of closure, because closure is usually just one person not being content with like the end of the relationship that someone else put. But I think Love Island USA episode 15 was the best thing that we could have gotten from a closure discussion. First of all, I think Huda really was still trying to find wiggle room after Jeremiah made it so clear that he was done. I mean, look at how she's looking at him right now, and then she started looking at his lips, and he's like, look, I'll give you a second hug. This is the best you're going to get. And Jeremiah was so clear in this conversation, I can't help but to applaud him. First of all, he didn't take Huda's bait when she was saying whether I had a part in that toxicity, and he very calmly reminds her of, you were the one who were yelling. You were the one who was calling me outside of my name, calling me a liar and a gaslighter, when often she was lying on him, and we know that. Those were lows that he never went to in their relationship. And because Huda was the only one exhibiting this, the rest of the house has then been monitoring her. If you've paid attention, they have checked up on the other people that she's pulled aside in one-on-ones for the protection of the other person. They did this with Iris, and Taylor does it in this episode when he finds out that she is talking to Jeremiah. For the defenders of her behavior, if it was truly equal, we would be seeing people also monitoring Jeremiah, but they're not, because they know that he's mostly the recipient of this terrible behavior. So he reminds her of her behavior, which she is even hesitant to take ownership and apologize for. She then tries to respond by saying, well, you have to understand you tore my heart apart. It's like, that doesn't justify anything. Being hurt doesn't mean you get to verbally abuse someone. So what he says to reiterate that he's serious about this is that he says he does not hate her, that he hopes someone else will come in for her. Whatever I do is not to make you jealous, because he has learned from the friends conversation. She really thinks everything I'm doing is to manipulate her into liking me more. And it's like, why does she think that way? Because a lot of what Huda is doing is to manipulate him to liking her more. But it seems like, at least in the confessional after this that they played, that it's finally sunk in. And I am just so proud of Jeremiah. But what are your thoughts about closure discussions and how this one played out?